Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Doing Holdings. We are the manufacturer of the waste tire with plastic pyrolysis equipment. Today we're going to share the components of a fully continuous pyrolysis plant. If you want to start a business like an environmental friendly, recycle business, well, you can listen to this live show. We will introduce of this detailed technique and some other information like the raw material that we can process, the final products we can get, and the different technique of our products. We have three kinds of the equipment: the batch type pyrolysis plant, semi-continuous, and fully continuous pyrolysis plant. If you want to just to know one of the equipment, you can tell me in the comment section, or you can leave your contact ways in the and just send a private message to us. Our sales manager will contact with you and send you our catalog, our quotation, and other information. If you want to just to know more about this, well, you now in the comment section we have our WhatsApp and telephone and email. You can just add us directly, and our sales manager will contact with you immediately. Today we're going to share about the components of a fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Well, that is the newest technique, and it has the highest working efficiency and the biggest capacity, and it is more environmental friendly. Just compare with the batch type and the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. Well, how will we just make sure of this technique? And what is a certificate of the fully continuous one? That is today we're going to share. Also, we're going to share that what raw material that we can process, what final products we can get, and how to choose a suitable plant. That depends on your raw material, depends on your capacity. Well, first we're going to talk about the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Well, about the fully continuous, it can work for 45 to 60 days. Don't need to just stop the production. They can continuous work, and it have the highest working capacity. Just compare with the batch type and the semi-continuous. It is the biggest one is 50 tons per day. Well, for the batch type and the semi-continuous one, the biggest one is 20 tons, but most of the customer will choose the 10 tons or 15 tons. But for if you just have a large raw material need to process, well, you can choose the fully continuous one. It have the 30 tons, 40 tons, 50 tons. That's for more just raw materials. And also, it is much more environmental friendly, just compare with the batch type pyrolysis plant. Because of its more just discharge carbon black at the soil environment, so there are no dust, and also about the feeding system. And this is all in the soil environment that we need to ensure when we feed the raw material, and when we discharge the carbon black, there are no oxygen get inside the furnace, and there are no gas that come out of from it. So that is why it's more environmental friendly, and it's more automatic because of this continuous work. So more automatic, we can use a PLC system to control the whole production line, and it's much more labor saving and time saving. So about the raw material that can be processed of our batch type, the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, we can process the waste tire, the plastic, or sludge, but not all these things that we can process. For example, the waste tire, we need to crush the tire to the rubber powder, nearly 16 to 18 mesh. that is a good quality that we can feed them into the furnace that there no oxygen get inside. And also about the plastic, it's the same thing. We need to crash them to the plastic particles. We can't just send all the plastic, just the mixed plastic, the mixed garbage plastic, some construction plastic into them, because we need to ensure the continuous work. And about the oil sludge, some liquid oil sludge or semi-liquid oil sludge is more suitable for the fully continuous one. But if the oil sludge have much more like bricks, rocks inside, it may have just to have a clog in the slagging systems. So we need to just compare with them. So it just depends on what raw material you use. What products, what equipment that you choose. It depends on your raw materials and your capacities. Let's see about the fully continuous pyrolysis plant first. This is the 3D video of the equipment. Let's start from the very beginning. It tells us that what is our technique. You can have a comparison of different manufacturer to see what is just you want. Well, if you want to come to our factory or know more details of this, you can add our WhatsApp or send an email to us. Our sales manager will contact with you. Here it is the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. It includes the feeding system, pyrolysis system, slagging system, condensation system, and purification system. First is the feeding system. We need to crash the materials into rubber powder. And those with a diameter of less than 1 to 2 millimeter rubber powder are conveyed to the horizontal feeding angle by the rubber powder lifting screw conveyor here. And then they are conveyed to our reactor for heating. This is the furnace. The furnace of the reactor adopts indirect heating design with flame heating air, and the air will heat the equipment, which can only protect the reactor in the body to prolong the service life of the equipment and to also to make the heat environment more evenly. We just change the traditional burner heating to the hot rain furnace heating. That is to make it more automatic and more easy to heat. And this is a middle supporting well for the welding our two reactor parts. And there is a cooling circulating water device under that just to hold the lubricated oil, thus to protect the supporting well. This is the middle of this reactor because the reactor is such a long thing, so we have the resistance inside in the middle of it. And this part, the green part, is the fixing section through which oil gas enter the buffer tank upwards, and the carbon black will fall back to the slagging system from the bottom. The gas will first come into the buffer tank, which is used to slow down the gas and to participate in impurities. And then we come to the buffer condensation tank. We have 3 tanks to further participate in impurities and have a buffer effect. Outside is the water cover, which have the condensation effect. That's to fully slow down the speed and to condense them, to liquidize them to the oil. This they will go to just go through a U-tube and then go into the template storage tank. While the U-tube, which is used to balance the pressure and prevent oil gas from entering the oil tank after pumping. This is the 2 ton of the storage tank. And next we come to the vertical condensers, which is used to increase the cooling area and ensure that all the oil gas are cooled down. They have several tubes inside to disperse the gas to make them fully contact with the gas, the liquid thing, and liquorize. And this is a negative pressure device. Well, we used the negative pressure process to reduce the contact between the carbon black and oil gas. It can reduce the residual oil rate of the carbon black and improve the light transmittance of these tolerance, and then to have the high quality of the carbon black, while the quality of these further processing of the carbon black, and can just add the value of the products. This is to fan to draft the gas that more quick to go into this condensation system. This is to tank. And all the oil gas will be condensed, and some gas that cannot be condensed and condensable gas, that is called the tail gas. Then we will use the tail gas purification system to purify, and then the gas can go back to the furnace to heat and to save our extra heating energy. And this is the auto removal system, which is an optional device, that the circulating water containing the sodium hydroxide reacts with the tail gas that just most of them is the hydrogen sulfide to remove them. This is the buffer tank. Can you see the cursor? Yeah, this is a buffer tank and to slow down the speed, and two spraying tower, and then this is the water seal to prevent some backwards of this gas. And then they can go back to the furnace. Well, for the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, we only need to use the extra heating energy for nearly 8 hours. And the next few days, we can all use the tail gas to burn them. So it's very just save of the burning things, the burning energy. And then this is the slagging system. We can just slag the carbon black at a very high temperature that can save our time. We use the 3 or 4 section of this condensation range that the carbon black can just cool down, and we can be packed it directly. Here are some safety devices. That's if we have some pressure problem, they will release the gas into this standby water cell. That's automatically open to release the extra gas. This is a standby water cell that we can continue to condense the gas into the oil, and we can collect the oil into the condensation, the storage tank. And here are the purification system. The 3 devices. The first one is the air cooling device, which can be replaced by the water cooling. And the second is a post-dust collector, which is used to remove dust from the flue gas. And the third is the desulfurization tower. The flue gas will be cooled just below 120 degrees when entering this part. And they will just get into the tower. And here are the air equalization device in a tower to disperse the flue gas and make it contact with the spraying water mist more effectively. We have 3 layers of spraying, and the first layer is a demist device to just remove the water to lower the moisture. And then that is the automatic oil pumping system of the fully continuous equipment that can pump the gas automatically, and then we can just collect them into the final tank. Here is the technique of the fully continuous pyrolysis plant? Well, it includes the feeding system. The feeding way, it is contact with the raw materials. Like if your raw material is the tire or plastic, then you can use the feeding wrench or just some salt device. And if your raw material is the oil sludge, then we can use the oil pump. And also for the continuous pyrolysis plant, that it includes the furnace and the installation cover outside. While about the lens, about the kilometers, it is just contact with the capacity that we have. And the condensation system, we use the water tube condensers, and the slagging system, we use the slagging winch with a water cover that to cool down the temperature of them. And for the purification system, because there are different standards, there are different policies in different regions of the purification system. So we will use the desulfurization tower. We will use the post-dust collector, or like different ways that CR ways that to remove the harmful things. That is the different certificate that depends on your raw material capacity, the region that you want, your investment income, that these different things. That if you want to get a certificate plan, that you can contact with our sales manager and our engineer. Okay, so if you want to get our catalog, get our price list, or to know more information about our equipment, well, you can contact with our sales manager. Now in the comment section, we have our WhatsApp and email. You can contact with us directly, or you can send a private message to us. Tell us your email, your contact ways that's more convenient to contact, and our sales manager will just send our catalog. And any questions about this machine, you can just ask him. Okay, here is the batch type pyrolysis plant we will introduce later. And this is the raw materials that we can process. That we can process this, but only of this. Like the waste tire, the oil yield is from 35 to 52%. And the waste plastic, 35 to 55. That is because they're different plastic contained. We have the pure plastic. That oil yield is very high, can reach to 90 to 95%. But most of the plastic is the garbage, the daily waste. So have some rocks, some other things, some water contained inside, so the oil yield can reach them very high, but it's nearly the 30 to 60%. That is a plastic. And oil yield, oil sludge, various. It will have a test just before we have the certificate plan of this oil sludge, and also for the coal tar oil. These are all just the hazardous waste, or called the hazardous waste, that we need to have different license, like in China. And for the certificate for the furnace, we need to use the stainless steel, not use the boiler plate like in the tire or plastic pyrolysis plant, because this is corrosive. So there are different design. It will just all the equipment can be customized, depends on your materials and capacity. If you want to get our certificate plan or know more information, you can contact with us by the WhatsApp or email, or if you have WeChat, more convenient, or other ways, just can tell us in the background. My assistant will answer you. And about the pyrolysis oil, that is the main final products that we can get. Well, the oil they are just the heating oil, heavy oil. We can use at the bricks factory, the glass factory, cement factory for heating. And also they can be refined to refine them to the non-standard diesel. And the diesel they can use, for example, like in the ferry, and diesel generator, like in agricultural machine, mining machine, or other places. That is application of the pyrolysis oil. And also we can get the carbon black from the waste tire, from waste plastic. We have the slagging system, that is to slag the carbon black. It also have a heating energy that is just very similar with the coal, and like the same heating energy. So they can just replace the coal to heat, or they can be the raw material, like to build, to just be the raw material again to be used like the rubber, tire, plastic, or some paint things. That is the carbon black. And also we have the steel wire from the waste tire. For the fully continuous one, we just remove them in the pre-processing process. And for the batch type, it's in the last step that we will just pull out the steel wire outside of the furnace. Steel wire, you can just sew them in the metal recycling apartment to just get profit. And this is the three main products that we can get from the tire. If your raw material is a plastic, then we can get the plastic pyrolysis oil, carbon black, and the syngas. As the tire, we also have the syngas, and the same as the plastic, they are used at the heating energy directly in the furnace. So just by using the purification system in the back of the condensation system, and the tail gas will just purify and remove the hydrogen sulfide by using the solution of sodium dioxide, and then there are no harmful smoke just during the heating, and we can reuse them and to give the energy for the furnace that can save our extra heating energy. And I can see this is the aluminium ingot that is from the waste the aluminium plastic. For the aluminium plastic, we can get the plastic oil, carbon black, and aluminium ingot, and syngas. There are different things that we can get. And now let's come to the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. We have introduced the 3D video to show that of this equipment. And then let's come to see this. This is the 3D layout. First is the feeding system to feed the raw material into the reactor. This is the lifting screw conveyor, and this is the horizontal conveyor. Then to feed the rubber powder into this furnace. One furnace for 50 tons, maybe 26 meter. So we have two sections of the installation cover. We have 6 layers of the installation cover. That during the production it can just preserve of this heating energy, to protect the heating energy, and also it's safe. Just a worker can touch the surface of this furnace, will not have any safety problems. And the oil gas will come out into this fixing section and go to this condensation system. Carbon black will go into the slagging system. And this is all the removal system to purify the hydrogen sulfide inside the tail gas. Here is the desulfidation tower to purify the gas that we need to emission. Okay, here is the advantage and the different things that for the fully continuous one. Let's see about the 3D video to get the details of this technique. This is a PLC system. For the feeding system, pyrolysis, condensation, flagging, and purification system. First is the feeding system to feed the rubber powder with 16 to 18 millimeter by using the lifting conveyor here, and then the rubber powder will go into the hopper, and then by using the horizontal conveyor to feed them into the reactor. Then we use the indirect heating by using the hot wind furnace to heat this reactor. And then we are in the temperature of 320 to 380, and that is the best temperature that we can get the gas. As we change the traditional burner heating into the hot wind furnace, which has advantages of more uniform heating, the optional semi-automatic control or the fully control that can realize automatic temperature control, pressure control, and fire control, be more efficiency and be more convenient. And this is the middle supporting well for just give the supporting of this reactor, because the reactor is much more longer than the batch type and semi-continue. And this is the some details of the reactor. And then the gas will come out in the backward. The gas will just go into the condensation system, and the carbon black will fall back to the stacking system. First is the buffer tank for the gas, used to slow down the air gas and to participate in impurities. And next we come to the 3 buffer condensation tank that have 3 tanks to further participate in impurities and have the buffer effect. Outside is water cover, which is the condensation effect that to liquefies them. Then we'll go through a U-tube to the storage tank. A U-tube design which is used to balance the pressure and prevent the oil gas from entering the tank. And then the gas will come to the vertical condensers, which is used to increase the cooling area and ensure that all the oil gas are cooled down. We have 3 vertical condensers that each one have several tubes inside to disperse the gas. Here is a micro negative pressure process that to reduce the contact between the carbon black and oil gas, and to just hide the quality of the carbon black. And then we come to the oil removal system. This system is for the tail gas. Because all the oil gas are condensed, but some gas that cannot be condensed we call tail gas. The tail gas we can use for burning to our reactor. But if we just burn them directly, it will have the hydrogen sulfides that have the harmful smell inside in the air. So it's not environmental friendly and it's harmful for human body. So we process this, which is one of our patent device. That inside it have the circulating water containing the sodium hydroxide. Just react with the tail gas to remove the hydrogen sulfide. The left one, this is a buffer tank to slow down the speed, and this is to spring tower to remove the hydrogen sulfide, and this is the water seal that to prevent it go back to the device before. And then the gas will go into the hot wind furnace by using the tail gas burner to get the heating energy. For the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, we only need 8 hours for the extra heating energy, and the next few days we can all use the tail gas to burn. And this is a slagging system. We use the slagging winch to slag the carbon black into the by using the 3 or 4 section of the slagging winch, and they can be packed directly. Just we especially design the material sealed that to prevent air from entering and oil gas from leaking. Here is some safety device. That the buffer tank is connected with the pressure relief valve. If the pressure is too high, the valve will automatically open to release the excess oil gas, and when the valve is open to release the pressure, the excess gas is transported into the standby water cell by pipeline and hold it into oil. And here is the purification system for the gas that we need to emission in the burning chamber. The 3 devices, the first one is the air cooled cooling device, which can replace for the water cooling that to lower the temperature of the gas. And the second one is the post-dust collector, which is used to remove the dust from the flue gas. And the third one is the glass fiber reinforced plastic desulfidation tower. The flue gas will be cooled just to below 120 degrees when entering this part. It is to remove like the sodium dioxide or some other things inside the gas. This is an air equalization device for the tower, can disperse the gas and make contact with the sprayed tower mist more effectively. We have 3 layers of spraying, and the first layer is a demist device. And this is the automatic oil pumping system to pump the oil when the water tank is full to the final tank. Here is the PLC system. Here is the fully continuous pyrolysis system. Well, if you want to know more information about this, you can contact with our sales manager. This is the batch type semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. We have 3 techniques to have this pyrolysis reaction: batch type, semi-continue, and fully continue. You can see which is more suitable for your material and your capacity, and contact with our sales manager. This is the pre-processing process for the tire, because we need to use the rubber powder to feed into the reactor. So this is to first crash them to the blocks, and then by using the crashing system or the mashing system to crash them into the powder. This is a circulating powder making device. Now we have the steel wire inside the rubber powder, so we need to use a magnetic separator to remove them. Later it will show, I guess, of the magnetic separator. Yeah, this is recycling that to make the powder more thin and have the good high quality. Here is a magnetic separator with a high working efficiency. That is a steel wire. This is all the pre-processing process. And then let's go to and this is the hopper that will just collect the rubber powder. And then by using the winch, we will just transport them into the pyrolysis plant. And this is the pyrolysis workshop. For the 50 ton per days furnace, they have two lines. For this worker, this cases they have two lines that can process nearly 100 to 120% ton of the waste tire every day. You can see this detail. Well, if you want to know more information, you can contact with our sales manager or engineer. They will contact with you and to see about the certificate plan or customize of our equipment. Our workshop is in Jiaozuo City, Henan Province in China. If you want to come here to visit, you can also contact with our sales manager. We can take you to our factory. Covers an area more than 40,000 square meters, a very large factory. Have different production line. You can see about the details of the equipment. This is a carbon black. To using the lifting winch and the horizontal winch to feed them into the reactor. And here is what the real reactor look like. This is old ways for heating with 8 tail gas burner and 8 burner and the 10 tail gas burner. The red one is burner by using the natural gas to heat. And now the new ways we use the hot wind furnace that can heat the reactor more evenly and more efficiency. And this is the the middle of this resistant top. Outside is the insulation cover, and inside it is the furnace. The reactor is happened in the furnace inside. Here is the fixed section in the back of the furnace. The gas will come out from these here and go into the buffer tank, and the carbon black will slag out in this slagging winch. This customer has 3 slagging winch with a water cover that can be packed of this carbon black directly. Don't need like the that type of pyrolysis plant. They need to just cool down the whole reactor, but it's not a waste of time. This is the condensation system. The back of this furnace Let's be more quicker. Yeah, this is the reactors look like. And let's see, this is the carbon black storage area. It's very clean. Because for the batch type pyrolysis plant, one of the biggest pollution is from the carbon black when we slag them. But there's no such problem in the fully continuous one. It's very clean of the dust. There's no dust. For the powder, we will just slag them in a sealed environment. You can see it's sealed of the bag. For the batch type one, we just slag the carbon black. It's in the big inner door that may have some just they will touch with the environment, so they may have some just powder. And this is a steel wire, a very good quality, and also the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, the steel wire, the quality of steel wire is also much more higher than the batch type. Because the batch type one, it is for the last step to slag them. So they are heat in the reactor for nearly 15 hours. So it's just surely to have influence of the qualities. And this is a PLC cabinet to control the whole production line. So you can see there are no worker during the production. They all use automatically. If you want to know more information, you can contact with our sales manager. Here is some other video of the equipment. You can see this is the link with the slagging and the cracking of the carbon black system. And here is the condensation system. For the condensation system, we have 4 just vertical condensers and 2 buffer condensation tank in this project. But for the most common one now, we have 3 buffer condensation tank and 3 vertical condensers, just to more slow down the speed of the air and to participate the impurities. Here is it. Buffer tank. Oh, they have 1 buffer tank, 1 buffer condensation tank to fix the section. Well, if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section, or you can contact with us directly. Our sales manager will contact with you and give our catalog, our price list, and just any information that you want. If you want to visit our product cases, also it's very convenient because we have more than 120 countries. We have our we have our customers. So you can ask our sales manager that whether have our cases in the region or next to your country to just be more convenient to visit. Here is about the feeding system, slagging system, and the whole production line of the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. whether you want just or if you want to see the batch type or semi-continuous pyrolysis plant, you can also leave in the comment section. Here is our factory, where our factory is in Henan province in China. You can see this is the one of the prototype in our factory of batch type. Next to it is a prototype of the frame type, one pyrolysis frame machine, and one distillation plant. And then also next to it, it is a fully continuous pyrolysis plant. So when you come to our factory, the first thing that you see is 3 prototypes to be more clear about the continuous pyrolysis plant details, and also to see just what it looks like and the application occupies, and there's other things. Also, you can send your you can send your raw materials into our into our factory that can help you to have a experiment all of this raw material to tell you about the oil yield, about the qualities of the products, and to give you a detailed analysis of their business. Here is the prototype. If you want to contact with us, this is this is the product cases in Shanxi province for the oil sludge, coal tar oil sludge. So, other information that you want to see about the video or our 3D video, you can contact with us. Let's see, this is the product case of the batch type pyrolysis plant. You can see it's much more different of the fully continuous one. And the reactor is much more shorter, but the pyrolysis time is much more longer than the fully continuous one. We need one batch for 1 day, and one batch is 15 tons. But the fully continuous one, we can continuous work for 45 to 60 days. And 1 day, we can process 50 tons. This is the, just like you can see the feeding area, this feeding door is much more bigger than the fully continuous one. It's 1.4 meter. So we can feed the whole tire into it. And we don't need to worry about the release of the gas, because it's in different step. We just finish them. So we feed the raw material first, and then close the feeding door and open the combustion system to heat the furnace. Here is the condensation system to condense the oil and to condense the flue gas into the liquidized oil. And here you can see this is a glass tube that we can see about the oil that come into the storage tank. This customer's raw material is mixed tire and plastic. They not only just want to process the tire, also just different plastic garbage also want to process. But we just suggest that use different in different time. You use different the same materials. in one batch, it's same materials, then the quality of the final products is much more higher than the mixed plastic and tire. Okay, here is the our project cases of the fully continuous one. Let's see about our factory and our some other information. This is the profit analysis for reference. You can see about the cost every day and income every day, but the prices, it's changed in different time and in different regions. So just for reference, if you want to get a true table of this thing, you can contact with our sales manager. We can just have a list for you about the price profit analysis. Just depends on your region and now this market. Here are some, oh yeah, this is the another plant for the distillation plant to purify the pyrolysis oil, the liquid oil sludge, used engine oil to the diesel. We have two techniques by using the catalytic or use the old ways of the acid and alkali. And here is the profit analysis. Another machine. We are just to build the equipment for the environmental friendly things to solve the waste and recycle them into some valuable things like tire to oil, waste oil to diesel, waste biomass to the charcoal. Here are the different things. This is a project cases that we have. Now we have a customer that's more than 120 countries. So it's very convenient for you to visit. Also, we have our subsidiary company in Nigeria. If you want to set up a business in Africa, it's very convenient. We have a workshop factory in Nigeria. Good feedback. Here's a profile of our company. We are doing holdings. We are one of the subsidiary company of doing holdings. We call the Henan Doing Environmental Protection Technology Company. Henan is our province name. Just we are located in Henan province, which is in central China. We are a comprehensive environmental equipment manufacturer integrating technological design, research and development, machine production, sales and after-sales service in one. So we have a patent device and we have a huge engineering team that's to build, to design the equipment and give the after-sales service to have the installation, training workers, and operation of this equipment. Just we conclude the pre-sale, on-sale, and after-sale service, whether you're in which countries. Just we have 1 year warranty, and our engineer can come to your countries to help you to operate, install, and train your workers. Just in the beginning of this business. So any questions you have, you can leave in the comment section, and now it's time to say goodbye. So I will just wait for a few minutes, and let's have a communicate. If you want to know more about this business, you can leave your questions in the comment section, or you can just add our WhatsApp or email in the comment section, or tell us your contact ways as more convenient. Our sales manager will contact with you and help you to just have a good certificate of the pyrolysis plant, help you to build a good pyrolysis business. Okay, if there are no more questions, then it's time to say goodbye. Well, thank you for watching today. We are doing Holdings, a manufacturer of the waste tire, plastic, pyrolysis equipment. Today we introduce of these fully continuous pyrolysis plant that have a higher working efficiency and biggest capacity. We have 15 ton, 30, 40, 50 ton per day, and can continuous work for 45 to 60 days. And this is some details of the equipment. Thank you for watching today. Have a nice day. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.